This is the time of year when most of us really start to shift our attention away from some of the negative things in our lives and our world and really start to focus on what we have to be thankful for. We also start to think about how we can help those who are less fortunate than us. Well, today, we are going to do both. I'm speaking with the Development Coordinator for Meals on Wheels of Long Beach, Lita Danielson, to find out more about what Meals on Wheels does, as well as how you can donate or volunteer. But first, we are going to hear from people in our community and those who receive food from Meals on Wheels and find out what they are thankful for this year.
Watch this. This.
You are now listening to The Word with Jackie Ray.
Hi, I am thankful that I got my health back this year, and I'm thankful for my doctors, I'm thankful for my friends, and my dog Charlie, and my kitty Katie. That's what brings me joy. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Bye.
My name is Frank Michaelham. I'm the director of the Rock Club Music is Remedy in Rock for Vets. I'm thankful to Meals on Wheels because of what they do for our seniors and for all of our people that really can't afford funding for meals and such. But it's only the meals that they get those visitors that come to their houses and say, "How are you doing?" and really touch these people at home. It's that type of care that makes Meals on Wheels stand apart. So I'm happy to support them. I'm happy to be on the board. I'm happy to do whatever I possibly can. But that's what I'm happy for, is Meals on Wheels helping veterans, seniors, and others through not only meals, but through actual touching and talking to these people that are home, alone, and bound.
I would like to say Happy Thanksgiving to all of you, especially who are helping to prepare food and bringing the food to all of us. Happy Thanksgiving, and God bless you all. This is Aurora from Gold Star, Manor.
Aló, habla Guadalupe González por la tarjetita que me dieron, que me vinieron a dejar mi comida. Muchas gracias por todo, les agradezco. Que se la pasen bien en el Thanksgiving. Gracias.
Hi, my name's Ivan Moreno, and this Thanksgiving, I want to be thankful for my neighbors who sometimes we argue and get on each other's nerves, but in the end, we are good neighbors. It's like a family. You fight and bicker, but in the end, you're family. Have a great Thanksgiving, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. I am very grateful to the Lord for the nutritious and delicious meals that we are receiving from the Meals on Wheels of Long Beach. I pray for their continuous help and service, their food preparations and deliveries of foods. I am very thankful and grateful.
I'm grateful that there are heroes for both people and animals.
Okay, this is Vivian, and I am thankful for being alive at 100 years old and thankful for my family and friends. And thank you for all the meals that you deliver. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Once again, I'm Jackie Ray. Welcome back to the Word Podcast. This is the holiday season, so I'm excited to give you an opportunity to show your gratitude and to learn more about Meals on Wheels. I am here with Lita Danielson. Thank you so much. She was here last year, so hopefully you guys remember that. But we're going to just refresh and kind of talk about everything that Meals on Wheels does and why you think it's great for people to have the opportunity to give thanks. So thank you so much for joining me.
Yeah, thank you for having me. I'm very excited to be here. Now you guys can put the face to the name.
Yes, and so last year you were here with, who were you here with last year?
Rhonda Fox, our administrative coordinator.
Mm-hmm. So you had just started again, right? Mm-hmm. So now you're in your second year, right? Is it your second or third?
I actually just hit my 1 year mark of being a development coordinator.
Okay.
So last year when I was here, I was still, I believe, the office assistant.
Yes, okay.
So now I'm doing all the fundraising, which is why I'm here to talk to you about Meals on Wheels.
Yes.
Very sneakily.
So what was that? Tell us a little bit about that process, moving up in that way. Because last time we talked, you said this was something you knew that you wanted to do?
Yeah. So, I mean, I started as an intern, started off very base level. I needed to graduate college and thought, a nonprofit is great. It's great experience. It's a great thing to like kind of give back. I can somewhat volunteer without cutting too much more into school time. And after my internship ended, I had some personal things happen, so I was delaying coming back to volunteer, but they sent me an email saying, hey, we need an office assistant. And I said, yeah, okay. And so I came in as that, and a couple of weeks later, my boss said, hey, do you want to do this full time? And I said, yeah, that sounds great. Let's do it. And so now I've been here for a year. It's been a crazy journey.
Yeah.
It's been a long year, but a lot of great learning opportunities, a lot of I guess at this point, gratitude for being here for a whole year,
Yeah.
They just let me keep coming back.
That's
so I
great.
Just keep coming.
I know. I feel like that about the Post. Like, they still like me here. I'm happy about that. Because I love it's great to have a job that you actually enjoy. My dad always says if you do something you love, you never work a day in your life. So congratulations for not working.
Thank
right?
you.
I love that.
Exactly.
So I think for me, one of the things we talked about before, and I think maybe a lot of people, when I think of Meals on Wheels, I always think of basically shut-in people, particularly older people that maybe their family, like my mom is in Colorado, I'm here in LA, like people like that we need to make sure they're getting the proper nutrition. But Meals on Wheels is a lot more than that, right?
Oh yeah, we our slogan is we're more than a meal.
Okay.
That's something we really deeply pride ourselves on. And again, like you said, it's a lot of shut-ins. It's a lot of people, especially since the pandemic hit, that just could not safely go out and feed themselves. They could not cook. We have quite a few clients with Alzheimer's, dementia. They maybe can't use a stove. So we really pride ourselves, again, on the food being freshly prepared and packaged. When the food gets to the clients, it's ready to eat. The hot food is hot, the cold food is cold, and they can open it up and enjoy then. They can stick it in the fridge if they're, capable of doing so. But beyond just the food, we pride ourselves on that. Gosh, I'm just so proud this year.
That's
so
great.
much pride.
It's great to do something you're proud of.
After doing it for a year, I really feel like it's part of me now.
Yes, I love that.
We have the friendly visits to the company every meal delivery. It's not a drop and go service. We have a couple clients that are not very sociable. They basically stick their hand out the door and take the food, and that is okay with us. But we have quite a few that love to chat. We have these amazing, beautiful relationships built between clients and volunteers. If a volunteer takes a vacation, we get calls from the client saying, where's Noreen?
Right.
I miss her. And, we have to let them know she's coming back. She's coming back for you. We have a volunteer, actually Noreen specifically, who writes birthday cards for every client.
Aww.
She'll go buy flowers. We'll get them a little cake if we're able. And beyond that, too, is pet food. We have a huge or blossoming pet support program so that our clients can keep their little furry companions. I mean, I have a dog. That's probably who I'm most grateful for this year.
Yeah.
He has gotten me through 2022. And I could not imagine doing it without him. Especially, living alone. I think so many of us bonded even more to our pets during the the height of the pandemic.
Right.
And our clients were faced with, if they can't afford their own food, they probably can't afford food for their pets, which is where we come in.
That's great that you think about that, because I think pets are so much more than pets. They're family members, right? And so it's just like you said, that's something that could be easily overlooked, but you guys aren't overlooking that, and that's such a blessing.
Yeah,
it really is.
We love it. I mean, who doesn't love seeing the little furry friend at the door?
Right.
When I do get the opportunity to deliver, it's my favorite part, because they'll come out of the yap, and I get to give them the food, and they get excited. Their parents excited, the pet's excited, everybody's excited. It's great.
You mentioned people with Alzheimer's and dementia, and that was the first thing that came to my mind. Is like sometimes you need somebody to sit there with them, because otherwise they'll put that food in the refrigerator and it might rot because they're not going to. So that companionship. Do you ever have situations where people don't remember the volunteer, but they still stick with it and make sure that person eats that healthy meal?
Not that I can really think of off the top of my head. I mean, for a lot of people with Alzheimer's dementia, they get very into routines.
Right.
So we come between 10:30 a.m. and 12:30 in the afternoon, Monday through Friday. If they kind of start developing that routine, it usually helps. And almost all, if not all of our volunteers have little tags that say Meals on Wheels, volunteer, maybe their name on it. So a lot of our clients, if they see that, they know, okay, that's somebody. That's somebody I can trust. That's okay. We've only had a couple instances of clients with really severe Alzheimer's or dementia, and for the most part, they have some sort of caregiver or, our volunteers are versed in the issue. Actually, earlier this year, we had a training with Alzheimer's LA, another nonprofit that we're working with a little bit here and there. And our volunteers were able to sit in and get a kind of overview of Alzheimer's and dementia, learn about how it affects someone just in terms of even speech. And it was really fascinating. It was a great opportunity. We really want to build up on not just feeding our clients, visiting with our clients, but educating our volunteers so we can better serve them.
Right. Now, you say you come between 10 and 12:30 every day. So do they get just one meal a day, or is it more than one meal a day?
So it's one delivery, but it's 2 meals per day.
Gotcha.
With the amount of food, honestly, it's closer to 3 meals. So it's one hot dinner, but we say dinner and lunch. They can eat it whenever.
Right.
If you want Salisbury steak at 10 a.m., that is your business.
Right.
But that hot dinner will be an entree and then 2 sides typically. And then the cold lunch will be a salad or a sandwich. Usually we'll have a dessert. We have a diabetic option. Sometimes the dessert is a fruit. Sometimes it's a pudding,
Right.
And then a carton of milk.
Okay.
So that's what they get for $9.75 a day. So that's 2 meals, a dessert, and a milk, all freshly made that same day that it's delivered and taken right to their doorstep.
Nice. So where's the food prepared?
We source from an outside kitchen.
Okay.
So they prepare it at their site. They bring it to us in hotel trays, and then we package it into the smaller portions to be delivered to each client.
So $9.75 per day. So speaking of fundraising, I know there's some people that might not even be able to afford that, or if they can, it's a stretch for them. Is that where some of the fundraising comes in, or does the fundraising come in specifically to make sure you have this food to prepare for people?
Both, actually. So I believe, if my numbers are correct, about 40% of our clients are funded, which means that they don't pay anything at all.
Oh, that's great.
And at that $9.75 a day, I believe we're hovering right around 500 clients. I'll let you do the math because I can't do it in my own head. But the majority of our clients, are low income. That's actually one of our, categories for being a client, is that they have to be low income. And that $9.75 is a subsidized fee, as is, but 86 cents of every one of our donated dollars goes back into feeding people, which we are very proud of. We really want to take everything that we're given and put it back into who we're serving. So we do fundraising events, to try to bring in some bucks to help keep feeding more people, especially since that COVID jump. We recently had a car show, and I say recently as in July.
Okay, I didn't know about the car show.
Yeah, it was so much fun. It was my first big event. It was a great time. I'm actually starting to plan for next year, so stay tuned.
Don't miss the car show, right?
It was our first time doing a car show ever, and it was my first big event, so it was very, very new, but tons of fun. A great opportunity for fundraising, especially because we're Meals on Wheels. On the wheels.
Right.
There's a little pun in there. A little pun in there. What
Mm-hmm.
can I say? My boss doesn't love my puns, but I do.
Right.
So
That's what's important.
Exactly. That's why I get to name the events.
Exactly. I love that. So, it's $9.75 per day. You said that low income is one of the categories. Are there other categories as well that people need to be within, like, these certain parameters before they can get the service?
The only other one is that they are homebound, and that is very strictly if they are requesting funding. If they are willing to pay for it themselves, it's a lot more lenient of a process, even if just because we want to feed people at the end of the day, that's part of why we have remained not government funded. Every single dollar we get comes from the community.
Oh, wow.
Exactly. So that's what makes it a little important to fundraise at times. But because of that, we were able to be a lot more flexible. And so that other factor being homebound, we need like a doctor's note stating that whether it be a physical disability, a mental disability, a immunocompromised situation, we need something from a doctor saying, this person cannot do this for themselves. They need you. Yeah. And then we're there.
No, that's fantastic. So people can volunteer. Obviously, everyone who goes out and gives meals, they're volunteers. How does that process work? How does someone become a volunteer?
It's a very, very easy process. You go to our website, mowlb.org, which is Meals on Wheels of Long Beach.org, and you click the volunteer button. You fill out a very, very brief form, and you'll get a call from someone within about 48 hours. 48 hours of business days, I guess.
Right. No,
so,
great.
And then we do our deliveries from Monday through Friday. We don't deliver on weekends. So it's strictly within those days. You still get your weekends, which I love. And we also have packing in the morning. So we take volunteers for that from, I believe it's 7 to 9 a.m. So that's who will come in and help pack the meals, get it all prepped for those early risers that, want to get their volunteer done for the day.
Yeah. No, that's great. It gives you options. I love that. So when you need the people to help keep this going. Can people, when they can go to the same website and donate, right? Can they set it up so it's, because I would not probably pay any bills if I couldn't set it up on automatic payment, including my rent. So I would need, is that an option to just set up reoccurring donations?
Absolutely. We love our reoccurring donors. I'm very much also a set it and forget it.
Right.
I get my little monthly notification. Hey, you paid this bill. And I go,
like,
oh,
yes.
Good. I'm
Still
glad.
got an apartment.
Exactly. I still have power. That's great.
Yeah.
But we can set up recurring monthly donations. It's very easy. It's through the same place that you would do a one-time donation. You just click the little box for recurring. We actually just launched a new program called Roundups. So you enter in your card information, and I'm sure you're familiar if you go to like a grocery store, they'll say, do you want to round up to the next dollar to donate? You can set that up with any number of your cards to round up every donation or every purchase you make to donate to Meals on Wheels.
Oh, wow.
It's very, very easy. It's brand new, like within the last 30 days.
Okay.
You can set a cap for it. Say, okay, I can only know that I can give $30 this month. You can set that as a cap. So up until you hit $30, it'll come back to us. It'll be a one-time charge at the end of the month. It's very, very easy. You'll get notices. Great. Yeah, we're very excited about it. Yeah. It's a very good passive way to give. If you can't give a lot, because who's going to notice an extra 5 cents every couple of days?
Yeah, and that's very forward thinking, because like you said, it's one of those things like if my bill is $13.75, I'm like, sure, give a quarter. You know what I mean? It's much easier to just, that's great. This is the first time I've heard of a nonprofit really having that kind of forward thinking when it comes to donations. So well done.
We're thrilled. Thank you. Yeah. I appreciate it.
So we're also going to talk about our gratitude line, right? So we did something similar, and we had so many. I actually did not think we were going to get that many calls, because people really shared their personal stories and why Meals on Wheels was great for them, while they were thankful for family, their jobs, and things of that nature. Very, very personal stories. I was completely touched and blown away by that. You heard them last year as well. Were you at all surprised by the number of calls and the number of personal stories people shared?
I cried a little.
A little bit,
I did. Yeah. I re-listened to it this morning, actually, before I came in today. And I had my headphones in, and my office mate, she looked across and went, "Are you okay?" And I went, "No, I'm not okay." Because, it's so touching to hear people just this outpour of gratitude for, not only what we do every day, which, it's crazy to me. We get cards a lot from clients. They'll write little notes to our staff, our volunteers. There's one in particular that always it sits on my desk. It gets me in my heart. It says, "Thank you for taking care of us old folk." I put it right by my phone. So every time I go to answer a call, I remember kind of why I'm doing this. And that gratitude line, just hearing the voices too, absolutely breaks me, but in the best sort of way.
Yeah. Great. What are you thankful for this year?
Oh, girl, I've been thinking about this question all day.
You knew it was coming.
I did. And the thing is, there's just so much, there's so many of the basics. Of course, my friends, of course, my family, of course, the roof over my head, but this year, like I said earlier, I've been really thinking about my dog a lot. Yeah. That little beast has gotten me through the day so many times. He comes and wakes me up when my alarm doesn't. What else could a girl ask for? Right. So definitely him, and Meals on Wheels as a whole. I feel like it's given me a real direction, a real purpose. Not so many people get to wake up every day and know that what they do really matters.
Right.
Or that they really love what they do even.
Yeah.
And so those days that I don't want to get out of bed, and little Marty, that's the dog, is pawing at me to wake up, I go, okay, I gotta go raise some money. I gotta feed people today. Yeah. That's worth it. That's worth getting out of bed and not snoozing. Absolutely. So I'd say, I'm very grateful for where life is landed me in general right now.
Yeah, no, I'm grateful for you being here. I really am. It's great to revisit this, because while it's fresh on my mind, because it feels like yesterday you were here, it's been an entire year, which is crazy. I don't know if our listeners and our viewers and our readers always remember that there's always something to be grateful for. My dad used to say a day above ground is always a great day. So I'm very thankful for you being here. And I'm very thankful for the post, by the way. I started May of 2021. So it's a year and a half now going, so very we're an amazing team of people. So it's good to not only be able to work with people you love and respect, but to tell stories that are so important to a very specific community, and that's the people of Long Beach. So thank you to you as well for helping people so much who need it.
Of course.
Yes.
Geez. I just keep going to work.
Yes. and it's great because I can literally see the joy on your face, which is so telling. And it's great to be able to do something you're so passionate about and know it's helping people as well. So congratulations.
Thank you.
And you guys, I would just implore you. I know all of us have our limitations as far as what we can give, but that whole rounded up thing sounds amazing to me, especially because you can put a cap on it. You know what I mean? So you're probably going to feel it a little bit less because you're just rounding things up. So I implore you to do that. Tell us the website one more time.
It's mowlb.org. Or you can give us a call. My number is 562-439-5000, and I'm extension 9.
Well, there you have it. The website for Meals on Wheels will be in the description. Please take time to donate and maybe even volunteer. And before I go, I really want to say what I'm thankful for, and that is all of you tuning in each and every week. It's amazing to see how much this show is growing, and I truly appreciate all of you. Until next time, I'm Jackie Ray, and remember, if you have to speak a word, make it a good one.